Minasan konnichiwa. Today, we are going to tackle Japanese sounds and scripts. A very important aspect of Japanese that will help you communicate effectively is good pronunciation. Learning pronunciation is part of the fun in learning a foreign language. Thus, we need to start with the sounds that are available to us. Japanese sounds are very easy to hear and pronounce since each syllable is short and simple. In the modern times, the Japanese as a language has four principal writing systems that include hiragana, katakana, kanji, and the romaji. On the other hand, Japanese writing can be confusing because Japanese scripts do not look like the Roman alphabets. If you can recognize some of the Japanese scripts, you can easily get around in the places in Japan when you are traveling, since almost all signs in the train stations and streets are written in only the Japanese scripts. In this module, you will be able to recognize the different Japanese scripts and sounds, write and pronounce accurately each character in Japanese scripts, and realize the importance of being able to write and pronounce the Japanese scripts. Again, there are four principal writing systems in Japanese: the hiragana, katakana, kanji, and the romaji. Hiragana and katakana are phonetic syllabaries. This means that the symbols represent sounds and each symbol represents a syllable. If you're going to write a sentence in Japanese, you can combine all the four writing systems, or sometimes you are going to have the three writing systems, just like the sample. Watashi wa engineer desu. Watashi here is written in kanji, while wa as the particle to denote that the watashi is the topic is written in hiragana, while engineer is written in katakana, and desu is written in hiragana. So all in all, we have three writing systems used in this sentence alone. Anime ga skida. Anime here is written in katakana, while ga as the particle is written in hiragana, and suki or ski is written both in kanji and in hiragana. So su in the word suki or ski is written in kanji and it is paired up with another hiragana, which is ki. To complement the kanji is su. And da as the ending of the sentence is written in hiragana. Anime ga skida. I like anime. Just like the Roman alphabet, Japanese sounds or Japanese characters are also composed of vowels and consonants. The Japanese language has only 5 basic vowels: a, i, u, e, and o. These 5 vowels are also the first 5 letters of the syllabary, which is the Japanese equivalent of the alphabet. Together, they are often referred to as the a row. All spoken sounds are derived from these 5 vowels. They are used alone or are attached to either a consonant. This one, on the left side, is the hiragana of the a, i, u, e, o, and on the right side is the katakana version of the vowels a, i, u, e, and o. Long vowels have the same sound as short vowels. It is pronounced twice as long as the ordinary vowels. You just draw out the sound for a moment longer. If you count the length of the vowel a as 1, the length of the vowel a is counted as 2. The long vowels are sometimes represented by double letters a, e, I, o, and u. But the more common presentation when used in writing is that it uses single letters with a bar or a dash on top of a particular vowel or over them. The difference between a long vowel and a short vowel can make all the difference in the meaning of a Japanese word. For example, in this picture, you can see obasang and obasang. When it is a short vowel, just like this obasang, that means and. But if you are going to make it into a long vowel, you add another character, obasang. You prolong it a little. So that the meaning of the obasang now is not aunt, but a grandmother. So it only differs with a single character or a single sound. Obasang, which is aunt, obasang, which is grandmother. To know more about the pronunciation of Japanese vowels, you may watch the video in the YouTube entitled Perfect Pronunciation of Japanese Vowels, presented by Michelle Yamamoto or Yamamoto Sensei. Additionally, it is interesting to know that there is only one independent consonant or syllable in Japanese language, and that is N, which is sometimes pronounced as M. However, there are other 40 basic consonants that are also referred as syllables in both hiragana and katakana. In order to pronounce them, the consonants and the vowels have to be paired. Like most other languages, Japanese has double consonants, which are pronounced as single consonants preceded by a brief pause. When you see two Japanese consonants together, pause for a small moment before completing the sound. For example, zashi, zashi, which means magazine. Since it is composed of double S sound, zashi, and chotto, which means a little, which consists of double T sounds, you need to have a brief pause before pronouncing the other consonant, chotto. Just like the Roman sounds, or Roman alphabet sounds, you also have the voice consonants. Voice consonants are consonant sounds that require a voice creating a vibration in your throat. A number of consonant sounds in hiragana and katakana can be changed their voice counterpart by adding two small dashes to the upper right corner of the character, namely the ka, sa, ta, and ha consonant sounds. There is also a semi-voice consonant sound, pa, which is created by putting a small circle in the upper right corner of the ha characters. The small circle mark is called the handakoten, while the diacritical sign, which is marked by two short lines, which looks like a quotation mark, is called the dakten. If you're going to use the handakten and the dakten, then you produce the voice consonants. Voice consonants or voice sounds, if you're going to touch your vocal cords in your neck, then there is a little vibration that will happen. For example, ga, gi, gu, ge, go, za, ji, zu, ze, and zo, so on and so forth. To know more about the pronunciation of consonants, you may watch the video in YouTube by Yamamoto Michelle or Yamamoto Sensei entitled Learn Japanese Pronunciation in 14 Minutes. One of the main lessons in this module is the basic hiragana. Hiragana is composed of characters that represent sounds, specifically syllables. It is used in writing educational materials for young children, manga, etc. It is also used as verb endings, particles, and other grammar-related case. It is also used for hundreds of words for which there is no kanji equivalent. Memorize the reading of all 46 hiragana characters as quickly as you can, so you do not have to rely on the romanized version of Japanese. The modern hiragana syllabary consists of 46 base characters, 5 singular vowels, 40 consonant vowel unions, and 1 singular or independent consonant. The hiragana syllabograms consist of monographs. or called the gojūon, and the diacritics gojūon with handakten and the dakten. We also have the digraphs, or called the syuong, and lastly the digraphs with diacritics, or the yuong with handakten and dakten. For the monographs, this is called the gojūon. If you remember, goju means 50. If you're going to have grid lines on the chart, you can come up with 5 by 10, 5 by 10. But all in all, the monographs consist only of 46 characters, since some of the grids do not have symbols or do not have character. So if you notice, we have the 5 vowels, the a, I, u, e, and o. And the consonants ka, ki, ku, ke, ko. Sa, shi, su, se, so. Ta, chi, tsu, te, to. Na, ni, nu, ne, no. Ha, hi, fu, he, ho. Ma, mi, mu, me, mo. Ya, yu, yo. Ra, ri, ru, re, ro. Wa, o. Or sometimes pronounced as M. So this is the A character. We have 3 strokes. A, 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 I, I, I. 2 strokes. U, U, U. 2 strokes. E, E, E. 2 strokes. O, O, O. 3 strokes. Consonants. Ka, Ka, Ka. 3 strokes. Ki, Ki, Ki. 3 strokes. Ku, Ku, Ku. 1 stroke. Ke, Ke, Ke. 3 strokes. Ko, Ko, Ko. 2 strokes. Sa, Sa, Sa. 2 strokes. Shi, Shi, Shi. 1 stroke. Su, Su, Su. 2 strokes. Se, Se, Se. 3 strokes. So, So, So. 1 stroke. Ta, Ta, Ta. 4 strokes. Chi, Chi, Chi. 3 strokes. Tsu, Tsu, Tsu. 1 stroke. Te, Te, Te. 1 stroke. To, 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 2 strokes, na, 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 4 strokes, ni, 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 3 strokes, nu, 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 2 strokes, ne, 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 2 strokes, no, 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 1 stroke, ha, 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 3 strokes, hi, 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 1 stroke, fu, 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 4 strokes, he, 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 1 stroke, ho, 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 4 strokes, ma, 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 3 strokes, mi, 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 2 strokes, mu, 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 3 strokes, me, 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 2 strokes, mo, 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 3 strokes, ya, 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 3 strokes, you, 2 strokes, yo, 2 strokes, ra, 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 2 strokes, ri, 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 2 strokes, ru, 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 1 stroke, re, 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 2 strokes, ro, 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 1 stroke, wa, 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 2 strokes, wo, 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 3 strokes, mm, 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 1 stroke. So those 46 characters represent the gojūon, or the basic hiragana characters. We also have the voice hiragana, in which you need to add the handakten, or the chisaimaru, or small circle, on the upper portion on the side of a particular character, and dakten, the quotation mark like character, to produce the voiced hiragana, or the extended consonant syllables. So once you memorize all the characters in hiragana, there are still some additional 25 characters left to be learned. There are 5 more consonant sounds that are written by either affixing 2 tiny lines similar to a double quotation mark called the dakten, and the tiny circle called handakten. So what are these voiced hiragana? If you notice, the G row is based from the K row. Without deductant, we can come up with the characters ka, ki, ku, ke, ko. But if you will add deductant, you can produce the voiced sound ga, gi, gu, ge, go. And for the S row, without deductant, you can have the original gojūon, sa, shi, su, se, so. But if you add deductant on the side, you will produce the voiced consonant za, ji, zu, ze, zo. And the D voice line is based from the T row in the basic Hiragana chart. If you add a deductant on the T row, then you will produce da, ji, zu, de, and do. For the ha row, ha, hi, fu, he, ho, you can produce another 10 additional sounds. If you will add the deductant on the side, you will produce the B row or the ba row. We have ba, bi, bu, be, bo. And if you will add the handductant or the small circle on the side of the ha row, then you can produce the pa row. We can have pa, pi, pu, pe, po. All in all, you can have additional 25 characters by just adding the ductant and the handductant. A small hiragana ya, yu, or yo is added at the ending of e row, ki, shi, chi, ni, hi, ni, ri, gi, ji, bi, and pi. For example, ki plus small ya will become kya. This additional hiragana characters is called the yoong. So you just base with the original E column, the ki, shi, chi, ni, hi, ni, ri, gi, ji, bi, and pi, and add the small ya, small yu, and small yo. In writing this one, you must emphasize the size of the small ya, yu, and yo to avoid misunderstanding in terms of writing. Additionally, we also have double consonants in hiragana. Whenever double consonants occur, just like double P, T, K, and S, the first of the pair is always written with a half-sized tsu, which looks like this one, small tsu. For example, the word matsu, matsu. If you notice, this is using the regular sizes of the characters ma and tsu, meaning to wait. On the second example, you notice that the size of the character tsu is turned into smaller, ma, small tsu, and the character te. If you're going to read that one, that is matte, which is the te form of the word matsu, which is to wait. For example, chotto matte kudasai. Please wait for a moment. Just like the yoong or the using of the small ya, small yu, and yo, you need to emphasize the size of the small tsu if you denote double consonants. After all, the pronunciation of small tsu may not be so easy to explain, but super easy to pronounce. This is most important. Notice the examples. We have the word kako, which means past, but if it is turned into double consonants kakko, that will mean now brackets. And if it is spelled in hiragana, you really need to emphasize the small tsu. We also have the nishi. Nishi means west, but if it is turned into double consonant nishi, that means daily report. Supai. Supai means spy, but supai in the native word with the double consonant p means sour. kata. Kata means shoulder. But if you will have kata, double consonant T, that means past tense of the verb win, which is won. Kata. Kite means come. But if you will have the double consonant T, kite, that means please cut or to cut in the te form. We also have asari. Asari means clam. But if you have the double S for asari, that means the adjective plain. Ichi means one. But if you'll say ichi, double consonant C in the sound chi, that means in accordance. Meaning to say, if you are not going to emphasize the small two whenever you're using these words when you are writing, then that will have now the misunderstanding in terms of its meaning. Again, when you write, emphasize the size of the small two. And in terms of pronunciation, if you'll have the double consonant, there should be a short pause. For example, kakko, nishi, suppai, katta, kitte, assari, ichi. To know more about how to read and write hiragana, don't forget to watch the video by Risa Sensei in youtube.com entitled Learn Hiragana in 1 hour. Since we are not native Japanese, there might be difference in terms of the native pronunciation. So it would be better if you watch videos that are being conducted or presented by native Japanese people or native Japanese teachers. Do not forget to read and be guided with the activities posted in the Google Meet. That's all for today for Module 3.1 entitled Checking Out the Japanese Sounds and Scripts / Hiragana Writing. Ja ne, gambatte kudasai. Domo arigatou gozaimasu.